Mandewski guys, it's Feral34 here with the Hybrid Network for my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4 Episode 2 Meet the New Director review. So pretty much last episode we were introduced to Ghost Rider, this new darker Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it was pretty awesome. And we also got teased about the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that all continues in this one. This episode, Quake continues to pursue Ghost Rider while more paranormal activities occur and may have a connection. All this is happening while Coulson is helping the new director with S.H.I.E.L.D. business at the base. Coming off an amazing season premiere guys, this episode was not bad. In this episode we get to spend some time with some of the regular cast, as well get a little bit more information on some of the newer elements. So we get to meet the new director as the episode title suggests. I think Jason O'Mara, the actor who plays the new director, was actually a good choice for this role. Initially I thought the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to be like a hard ass to Coulson, similar to Talbot in previous seasons, but to my surprise he was actually very charismatic, he was charming, and actually turned out to be a pretty nice guy and buddy with Coulson throughout the episode. Something that I liked in this episode was they made him seem like a really nice guy at first, but at the same time what I liked in this episode was they showed that he has a serious side. For example, like after the incident happens with May and he pretty much tells Coulson, sorry, I'm the director now and it's classified. This guy actually slapped Coulson with the it's classified. Oh my god. I thought that was really dope, and it's gonna bring a new dynamic to Coulson's character because he's gonna want to do so many things, but he's gonna be hindered a little bit. Also, he's an Inhuman. They pretty much confirmed this in that one scene. Patriot guys, pretty sure this episode just confirmed that he is the Patriot guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. The story of this episode was alright. Probably the highlight of this episode for me was that last scene with Mac, Fitz, and Quake. It was really good acting on Mac's half, and you could really just feel the emotion in that one scene. Because we all know all the tragedy that's happened in season 3 that has led up to that point, and just seeing them get to confront her for the first time in X amount of months, it's a little hard. I kind of expected Fitz to be a little more reasonable, but even he kind of hopped on, giving his own 2 cents, saying, you know, we've all been through stuff, how come you get to leave? This guy was brain damaged and he still rode out, but she just left. Ugh. Also in that one scene when Mac realized that Yo-Yo was actually pulling a fast one on him with Quake, I couldn't help but feel bad for the guy. Ghost Rider is in this episode and it was great to see him again. Him and Daisy appear to have some sort of, you know, weird relationship developing. They're both starting to realize they're kind of similar in a sense. Interested to see how that's gonna go. I don't see any kind of love interest happening there. Maybe. Some of the dialogue in this episode was awesome. One of my favorite bits in this episode was when Robbie and Quake were just talking and she was getting on his case and she kind of mentioned him having like a fire car and then he threw some shade back. That was some great banter. Some other cool stuff in this episode was we got a couple MCU references. If I'm not mistaken, we got about 2 Peggy Carter ones, and probably the most important one, when they're thinking about choosing the new director, they actually wanted to get Steve Rogers. They actually mentioned that in this episode, but obviously he's like off the grid. He's not Captain America anymore, so they got the new director instead. I thought that was really interesting, guys. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Probably one of my favorite things that I saw in this episode was the axe shotgun making its glorious return. Yeah! So from that box last episode, we saw some weird like apparition sort of things. I'm into it, and the fact that they're seeing some things and May's even affected, I think that's really cool. However, I can't help but feel they didn't give enough to the audience for me to give a shit. At points I felt like they were like super vague. Kept referencing this and that, and we as the audience don't know yet, so I thought they went a little bit too much with that. We get to see quite a bit of May in this episode, and she's off the shits. She's clearly infected or possessed by something. On the acting side, I thought she would have portrayed that a little bit more. I felt like it was just a little flat for me. I also found a couple things in this episode that didn't make the most sense or a little convenient. For example, when Robbie and Quake are talking and Robbie's kind of interrogating her, why didn't she break out to begin with? Wait, what? Didn't get that. She kind of explained that was her arm, but then she just freely uses her arm and jumps on a freaking moving flaming car. Also when Mac and Fitz get confronted by the ghost and then Ghost Rider just pops up out of nowhere. Oh, that's convenient. And then literally right after Ghost Rider comes in, Daisy pops up right after. What? Overall, guys, I thought this was a pretty good episode. We get some great character moments and some good MCU hints. I just wish it wasn't as vague at parts and left us in the dark. And at points, I thought things were a little too convenient. I'm gonna go ahead and give this episode a 7 out of 10. And that's my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. review, guys. What did you think about this episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you think of the MCU name drops? What is going on with May at the end? As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Also, feel free to check out my channel, Feral34, in the description down below. If you guys are interested in seeing my reaction to this episode, be sure to check it out on my channel as well. That's it for me today, guys. I'll see you next time.